Hello to all our listeners. This is Mr. Carter bringing you an interesting story. Come join us until the end of the story, and we promise you will be delighted, thrilled, inspired, and more. Let's dive into today's tale. Come along with me until the end of this story. Don't forget to like, share, and comment with your thoughts, and click the notification bell to stay updated on our new uploads. Let's go. Join us until the end. James Wilson called for his son, Ethan. Before James's father passed away, he left a fortune for Ethan. However, the elder Wilson set a condition before the inheritance could be handed over to the young man. "What is it, Dad?" Ethan asked his father coldly. James looked at his son, his face serious. "Don't you ever plan to get married?" "You're not getting any younger, Ethan," James said earnestly. "Dad, you know why I haven't married. I'm still in love with my late fiancée. I can't forget her, and I don't even know how to try," Ethan replied, his voice firm. "Ethan, son, you need to move on. Your world can't revolve around her forever. She's gone," James explained gently to his son. Ethan shook his head. "I'm sorry, Dad, but I'm not ready to let her go." James shook his head in return. "Then you won't get the fortune your grandfather left you." "What do you mean, Dad?" Ethan asked, frowning. "It's stated in your grandfather's last will and testament that before you can receive your inheritance, you must have an heir," James explained. Ethan's eyes widened at the news. "What the hell are you talking about, Dad? How am I supposed to have a child when the woman I love is dead?" he shouted. That's my point. She's dead and gone. Move on, Ethan. Find a woman to love. You're not getting younger, and you're my only hope for a grandchild." "Know that I won't accept excuses," James said. "You might as well tell me to betray myself and forget the woman I love," Ethan said, his voice trembling with anger. "Think carefully about what I said, Ethan. If you don't fulfill your grandfather's will, all his wealth will go to a foundation," James said, his final words to his son. Ethan clenched his fists, thinking, "I need to find a way to keep the fortune meant for me." Meanwhile, at the nurse's station, Sarah was waiting for her friend, Dr. Nathan's buddy. She had a huge crush on the guy, despite his grumpy demeanor. "Hey, Sarah, why is your neck stretched like a giraffe? Looking for someone?" Emily asked. Sarah didn't turn to her fellow nurse. "I'm checking if Dr. Nathan's friend has arrived. He's my crush," she said, her neck still craning as she watched the hospital entrance. "Oh, come on. He doesn't even notice you. Didn't his girlfriend die here? He loved her so much and seemed so moody. If I were you, I'd find someone else to like," Emily said. "I don't want anyone else. He's the one I want. I'll do anything to make him mine," Sarah said desperately. "Fine, suit yourself. But I warned you about that guy. Sure, he's handsome, but you'll get nowhere. Plenty of nurses and doctors have noticed him, but he's unaffected. He probably hasn't moved on from his late girlfriend. You might just get hurt," Emily cautioned. "I know, I'll make him mine. Ethan Wilson, you'll never leave my mind. In no time, you'll be mine," Sarah vowed to herself. Meanwhile, Ethan was going crazy, racking his brain for a way to secure his inheritance. His father was unyielding, and he knew begging wouldn't work. Frustrated, Ethan left his office and headed to the hospital where his best friend, Nathan, worked. Nathan was a doctor, and had been the physician for Ethan's late fiancée, who had cancer and passed away quickly due to her frail condition. As soon as Ethan entered the hospital, he noticed a nurse stealing glances at him. He was used to women crushing on him. Some were even blatant about it. Sarah, seeing her chance, approached the man she'd been waiting for. She fixed herself up and looked at the approaching figure. "Excuse me, miss. Can I ask something?" Ethan asked in a deep voice. Sarah's cheeks flushed, and Ethan frowned. "Sure, sir. What do you want to ask? If I'm free tonight, yes I am. If I'm single, yes too," Sarah said, grinning. Ethan's frown deepened. "Miss, none of those are my questions. I'm not interested in you. I just want to know where Dr. Nathan is. I need to talk to him," he said curtly. Sarah pouted, but didn't give up. "He's on the second floor, sir. Want me to take you there? You might get lost." "Maybe in my heart," she teased with a smile. "Crazy," Ethan muttered. "Only crazy for you, sir," Sarah said, winking. Ethan shot her a sharp look. "Let's go to the second floor," he said. Sarah led the way to the elevator, but as she stepped in, she tripped over something sticking out. She thought she'd faceplant, but a firm chest caught her. At first, she didn't want to stand up, savouring the intoxicating scent of the man she admired. Her face pressed against his muscles, and she closed her eyes. Then she felt a shake. "Hey miss, are you okay?" Ethan asked. She asked playfully. Ethan frowned and let her go, forcing Sarah to stand. "Miss, next time watch your steps so you don't drag others down with you," he said grumpily. Sarah sighed. "Sir, your heartbeat was so loud earlier. I could hear it," she teased. Ethan didn't look at her while Sarah giggled like a teenager. They exited the elevator, Sarah leading the way. She knocked on a door and entered. "Dr. Nathan, your crush's friend, is here," she said with a smile. Dr. Nathan grinned. "Don't get your hopes up, Nurse Sarah. You'll only get hurt. He still loves his late fiancée, so find someone else," he said. "Doc, you're the second person to tell me that today, but I won't give up. He'll be mine," Sarah declared. "Suit yourself. By the way, my nurse is on emergency leave for a month. Can you fill in?" Nathan asked. Sarah beamed. "Sure, Doc. I'll let your handsome guest in before he loses it outside," she said playfully. "I'll call you later," Nathan said. "Okay, bye. Thanks, Doc. I know you're doing this because my crush is your friend," Sarah said before leaving. When Ethan entered Nathan's office, he noticed a strange smile on his friend's face. "You seem happy," Ethan said. "Not really. Just thinking of something. Anyway, why are you here?" Nathan asked. "I need your advice. But first, who was that nurse who brought me here?" Ethan asked curiously. Nathan raised an eyebrow. It was unusual for Ethan to ask about women. "That's Nurse Sarah. Why, what's up?" Nathan asked. "She's so forward, openly showing she likes me. Does she think I'd fall for that?" Ethan said, annoyed. "That's Nurse Sarah for you. She's one of a kind. Don't talk about her like that. You might eat your words one day," Nathan advised. Ethan didn't know why, but he smiled slightly at Nathan's words. "Whoa, I saw that smile, buddy. Sarah's just playful, but kind and responsible. Don't worry, she's loyal to her crush. That's why she's still single and, well, untouched," Nathan teased. "How do you know she's a virgin?" Ethan asked. "Just a guess. She only has eyes for you," Nathan said, making Ethan's cheeks flush. Ethan regained his focus. "Whatever. I need advice. Dad said I need to have a kid before I can get Grandpa's fortune. I don't want to sleep with someone I don't love. What should I do?" he asked, confused. "Find a woman to get pregnant. Simple," Nathan said. "I don't want that set up. It feels like betraying her," Ethan said. "Stop it, Ethan. She's been gone a long time. It's not betrayal. Move on. Maybe it'll clear your head," Nathan said, annoyed. "You're a doctor, Nathan. I know there's a way for me to have a kid without sleeping with a woman. Am I right?" Ethan pressed. Nathan sighed at his friend's persistence. "You're right. Science can make it happen without intercourse. You just need a fertilized sperm and egg cell injected into a healthy woman's womb. Or the surrogate could provide the egg, and we just need your fertilized sperm," Nathan explained. "How do I provide the sperm?" Ethan asked, puzzled. "Use your hand to produce it. Once you're done, put it in a special vial to preserve it," Nathan said. "Okay, give me a vial. I'll put it in a specialized golden container to keep my sperm safe," Ethan said. "All right, we need to find a willing woman to be the mother of your child by tomorrow," Nathan said. "Can you handle finding the woman to carry my sperm?" Ethan asked. Nathan frowned. "Why not choose her yourself? It's better if you know the mother." "It doesn't matter to me who she is. You know I've only loved one woman, so you take care of it," Ethan said. Nathan sighed deeply. "What choice do I have? We'll start next week. The mother needs medical tests to ensure she's healthy before we inject your sperm. It reduces complications during pregnancy," Nathan said. "I'm leaving it all to you. Just call me when I need to bring my sperm to the hospital," Ethan said. "Okay, I'll update you when everything's set," Nathan replied. "Thanks, man. I'm heading out," Ethan said, leaving. "Take care," Nathan called after him. Sarah quickly hid when she heard Ethan's footsteps. She'd overheard everything. "I need to make a plan to be the mother of Ethan's child. I'll make sure I'm the only one for him," she thought, forming a scheme. 2 days later, Ethan was set to deliver his sperm to the hospital's lab, owned by Nathan's family. Nathan had already found a woman to carry Ethan's sperm. Sarah, growing desperate, was approached by James, who knew of her feelings. They met at a private cafe in New York City, both serious. "Let me introduce myself, young lady. I'm James Wilson, Ethan's father. I know you've had a crush on my son for a long time. Am I right?" James asked directly. Though startled, Sarah showed no weakness. "I'm Sarah. You're right. I've secretly liked your son for a while, but he doesn't seem ready to open his heart to anyone else," she replied. "I'm here to help you win my son, on the condition you don't take my grandchild away from us," James said. "What do you mean?" Sarah asked. "I know my son's plan, and I won't let just any woman be the mother of my grandchild. I had you investigated to ensure you have no baggage. Your background is clean, and I know you truly love my son. So, I have a plan," James said. "What's the plan?" Sarah asked, confused. "You'll steal my son's sperm. If you succeed, I'll have it injected into you. Can you do that?" James asked seriously. Sarah agreed, seeing the benefits but truly wanting Ethan. "Okay, I'm in, Mr. Wilson," she said with a smile. James smirked, satisfied. Meanwhile, Nathan called Ethan. "Everything's ready, including the woman." "Is your sperm set?" he asked. "Yes, I'm on my way," Ethan replied. "Good. The injection's scheduled for tomorrow. Be ready," Nathan said. "I've been ready," Ethan said, hanging up. He looked at the golden container holding the vial with his sperm. "I'm going to be a father soon, but why don't I feel happy?" he thought, exhaling to clear his mind. "I need to do this, or Grandpa's fortune will go elsewhere. I'm sorry, babe. I promised you'd be the mother of my kids, but I'm breaking that promise," he said to himself before getting into his car. Sarah was restless. Nathan had no idea about her plan to steal Ethan's sperm. She'd already undergone medical tests and was healthy to carry a pregnancy. All she needed was Ethan's sperm to complete her and James's plan. Everything was set. The hospital, doctors, and procedure for injecting Ethan's sperm into her. "Hey, Sarah, why do you look nervous?" Nathan asked. "Oh, nothing, Doc. Just thinking," Sarah replied quickly. "Okay. I need to check on a patient, and I've been waiting for Ethan, but he might be late. Can you wait for him?" Nathan asked. "Sure, Doc." "What does Ethan need?" Sarah asked innocently. "He's delivering something important. A golden container. Take it from him and put it in our sperm bank specialized freezer. Clear?" Nathan instructed. Sarah secretly rejoiced. Her plan was falling into place. "Yes, Dr. Nathan, I'll handle Ethan," she said. "Good? It's confidential." "No one can know," Nathan stressed. "No problem, Doc. I've got it," Sarah said. Nathan left, leaving Sarah in his office. Minutes later, Ethan arrived, surprised to see Sarah. "Where's Nathan?" he asked coldly. Sarah steadied her voice, hiding her nerves. "Dr. Nathan had an emergency, so I'm here as his nurse. He said to give me the golden container with your sperm," she said. "What? No way. This is confidential. I need to talk to Nathan," Ethan said firmly. "Sir, I told you he's busy. He waited for you, but you took too long." "Do you think everyone's time revolves around you?" Sarah snapped. Anger flashed across Ethan's face. "What did you just say?" he demanded. "If you're bitter about your life, don't drag others into it. Dr. Nathan is a doctor. He needs to check on his patients. You're fine, right? All you need is a kid. After that, you're set. But his patients depend on him. So stop thinking only about yourself. If you don't want to hand over the container, fine. Wait for Dr. Nathan until he's done," Sarah said sharply. Ethan fell silent, struck by her words. "She's frank and beautiful. Wait, why did I think she's beautiful?" he thought, shaking his head. Sarah sat at the desk, working. After a moment, Ethan broke the silence with a heavy sigh. "Fine, but make sure the container is secure in the sperm bank. We need it tomorrow." "Clear?" he said. Sarah smiled inwardly. "Sure, just leave it to me." "Hand it over," she said, nervous but excited. "No, I'm coming with you to ensure it's safe," Ethan insisted. Sarah shrugged, took the container, and they went to the sperm bank. She placed it in the freezer. "There, it's done. Let's go," she said. "See, sir, your container is safe. So when I'm not here, your egg better be safe too," she teased. "What did you say?" Ethan asked. "Nothing, sir," Sarah said, thinking about how she might not see Ethan for a while if their plan succeeded. She'd miss him terribly. "Sir, Ethan," she called softly, feeling this might be her last chance to speak before leaving for California if she got pregnant. "What is it?" he asked seriously. "I'll never forget you. You're always in my heart and mind. Please remember that. I know it wasn't easy losing your fiancé, but I hope you'll open your heart to someone else." "I believe she wouldn't want you trapped in the past," Sarah said earnestly. Ethan was puzzled by her words, as if she were saying goodbye. Her advice hit him like cold water. It was true. "Don't forget me, or this pretty face. You're always in my heart," she added. Ethan shook his head, thinking she's crazy, but he felt butterflies in his stomach for reasons he couldn't explain. He smiled briefly but hid it. Then Sarah shocked him by running up and hugging him tightly from behind. "Hey, are you nuts? What are you doing?" "Someone might see us," he said, though his heart raced. "Sir, just 5 seconds, please," Sarah pleaded. She's nuts, he thought, but he let her hug him for 5 seconds, feeling oddly moved. Before leaving, Ethan checked the sperm bank one last time. As soon as he left, Sarah returned, retrieved the golden container, and called her friend in the hospital's IT department to delete the CCTV footage of her taking it. She quickly left, heading to a private hospital arranged by James. There, James greeted her. "How'd it go? Did you get it?" he asked. "Would I be here if I didn't?" "Of course, I got your son's container." "Am I really going to be the mother of his child?" Sarah asked. "Of course. Let's go inside. Your passport's ready, but we need to confirm you're pregnant before you leave the country. I'll handle my son." "I'll amend the will so your child with him becomes his heir," James said. Sarah shook her head. "I don't care about the inheritance. What matters is your son," she said seriously. "In time, Sarah. For now, we stick to the plan. We need to ensure you get pregnant," James said. "Okay. I should have just seduced your son, Mr. Wilson," Sarah muttered playfully. "I'm telling you, he's not ready to move on, but when he sees your child, it'll change his mind," James said. Sarah didn't reply. The doctors quickly performed the procedure to inject Ethan's sperm into her. Being fertile and healthy, it went smoothly. She had to stay in the private hospital for a month to confirm the pregnancy. Sarah didn't even inform her hospital job. She just vanished. Meanwhile, Ethan was furious when he learned the golden container was missing. "Damn it! How did it disappear?" he demanded of Nathan. "I don't know, man. I'll investigate," Nathan said. Ethan was livid about the theft. Then James confronted him. "Ethan, I know your plan. Do you think I'd agree to this for an heir?" he said angrily. "Dad, what are you doing here?" Ethan asked, confused. "I had you followed, and this is what you're up to?" "No, Ethan. We need to talk about this," James said firmly. Ethan had no choice but to follow. "Sorry, man. I didn't expect this," Nathan apologized. "It's not your fault. Dad's got a sharp nose. Maybe he's even behind the theft," Ethan whispered. "Go with your dad. It's for the best," Nathan advised. Ethan nodded. Father and son had a serious talk. "Because of what you did, your grandfather's will is changing. You didn't play fair, Ethan. For 6 years you won't get the fortune. After that, I need an heir from you. Clear?" James said. Ethan could only nod. A month later, Sarah took a pregnancy test and was overjoyed to learn she was pregnant. James helped her leave the country. She called her father, who lived in California, and planned to stay there. With dual residency, she could stay long-term. "Are you ready? You'll use our private plane. I don't want you struggling, especially with my grandchild in you," James said, smiling. "Thank you so much," Sarah said. 6 years from now, I'll return. I want Ethan to be part of those times," she added. "Don't worry, Sarah. I'll block any women who approach my son. I've already talked to him about our 6-year deal," James said. Sarah smiled widely. "Thank you." James escorted her to the airport, where the Wilson family's private plane waited. Sarah looked around one last time before boarding. Ethan grew suspicious. His father blocked every woman he tried to date. 3 years later, he wanted to open his heart again, but James interfered. "Dad, can you stop getting in my way?" Ethan said, frustrated. "What do you mean, son?" James asked, feigning innocence. "Do you think I don't notice you keep pushing away the women I date?" Ethan said. "Son, they're not right for you. I know the day will come when you'll find the one who deserves your love," James said. "You know what, Dad? You're acting weird. You used to push me to move on and find a wife. Why the sudden change?" Ethan asked, puzzled. "Just wait, Ethan. You have 3 years to find the right woman," James said cryptically, walking away. Ethan was baffled, but had no choice but to wait out the 3 years to be free of their deal. Strangely, despite his father's interference, Ethan received letters almost twice a week that somehow got through. These letters gave him inspiration and strength, helping him slowly move on from his painful past. The writer seemed to know him deeply, including Bible verses and notes like, "I miss you. How are you? You've got this, and keep smiling." It felt like the writer was his diary, knowing his life's events. He wanted to trace the sender but couldn't. Grateful, he felt himself falling for a woman who might not exist. The letters kept him single until the 6 years passed. "Mommy, are we going back to New York?" 5-year-old Liam asked his mother, Sarah, excitedly. Though raised in California, Sarah taught her kids to speak some English with a local flair. "Yes, baby. We're going back to where your daddy is," Sarah said, smiling. She never expected Ethan's sperm to produce triplets. Though unexpected, she was grateful her delivery went well. It wasn't a normal birth. Being a virgin, a natural delivery of 3 babies would have been risky. "Yes, our daddy. We'll finally meet him," Noah shouted. "I'm so excited, Mommy. We know we look like him," Lucas said, grinning. "Me too, Daddy," Liam yelled. Sarah smiled at her triplets' excitement. She and the kids packed their belongings, loaded onto the same private plane. James knew they were returning from California. 2 days after arriving in New York City, they stayed in a condo. Sarah was still finding the right moment to tell Ethan about their kids. "Mommy, when will we see Daddy?" Lucas asked, pouting. "He's busy, but maybe in a few days. For now, why don't we go to the mall?" Sarah suggested, smiling. "Yes, let's go!" one triplet shouted. "I love malls, Mommy," Lucas said. "I want a new toy," Liam added. "Okay, kids. I'll get you whatever you want. Just promise to behave," Sarah said. James had hired 2 nannies for his grandkids, but didn't want to meet them until Ethan did. At the mall, Sarah reminded her kids, "Be good, okay? I'll worry if you get lost." "Yes, Mommy," the triplets said in unison. Sarah smiled at her handsome, identical triplets, who looked just like Ethan. The doctor had warned that triplets were likely due to the artificial process. In the toy section, each boy picked a toy. Ethan, meanwhile, was at the same mall, buying a toy for his godson, Jacob, Nathan's son. What toy would Jacob like? Maybe Legos, Ethan thought, heading to the toy section. There, he noticed a boy staring at a large Spider-Man toy, unable to reach it. Ethan smiled. "Hi, little boy. Want that toy?" he asked. When the boy turned, Ethan froze. "What the hell? This kid looks just like me," he thought. Liam stared back. "Daddy, are you our daddy?" he asked. Ethan didn't know how to respond. Where's your mum?" he asked. "She's over there, Daddy. Let's go," Liam said, grabbing Ethan's hand and leading him to Sarah and his brothers. "Mommy, Mommy!" Liam called loudly. Worried, Sarah hugged Liam without noticing Ethan. "Where have you been?" she asked. "Mommy, I found our daddy," Liam said, smiling. Sarah froze, then looked up to see Ethan staring at the 3 boys who looked like him. He was even more shocked to recognize Sarah, Nathan's former nurse. "Miss, are you the mother of these boys?" Ethan asked. Sarah stood, meeting his gaze, feeling joy and fear. She was happy knowing Ethan would be hers now that they had kids, but scared he'd be angry. "Yes, I'm their mother and you're their father," she said softly. Ethan's jaw dropped. "What? How did that happen? We never had a relationship, and I don't remember anything between us," he said, almost shouting. "Mommy, is Daddy mad at us?" Lucas asked innocently. Ethan softened at the question. The boys held hands looking up at him. "Daddy, don't you like us?" Noah asked. Ethan hesitated, unsure how to answer. Kids, can you go with your nannies and order food? I need to talk to your daddy, Sarah said gently. The boys obeyed, and Sarah led Ethan to a semi-private cafe in the mall. They sat in silence, waiting for the other to speak. Miss, why do those boys look like me? How are they my kids? We don't even know each other, Ethan said. We definitely know each other, Mr. Ethan Wilson. Don't you remember me? I was Dr. Nathan's nurse, Sarah said, cutting him off. Ethan clenched his jaw, trying to stay calm. Okay, I remember you now. Tell me, miss. I'm Sarah Miller. Call me Sarah if you want, she interrupted again. Ethan exhaled sharply. Sarah, explain why those kids look like me and why you say I'm their father. I don't get it, he said, confused. Sarah paused, not ready to tell the truth, but fate seemed to demand it. Yes, they're your kids. I took the golden container with your sperm 6 years ago and had it injected into me. Now we have triplets. Lucky, right? She said confidently. Ethan's eyes widened. You stole my sperm. How could you? Do you know I could sue you? He said angrily. Go ahead. I don't regret it. I love you, Ethan. I've loved you for a long time. I showed you I liked you, but you ignored me. When I learned you planned to use a surrogate, I didn't hesitate. I planned it because I want you. I want to be with you. I wanted you to have kids with me, and only me, Sarah said earnestly. Ethan couldn't fathom why she'd go so far just because she liked him. You're so unfair. You only thought of your happiness. What about me? Did you think those kids are mine too? He said. Sarah smirked. You're unfair too. Don't you wonder why I was so desperate? Did you think I just randomly liked you? I waited for you for so long, Ethan. Since we were kids, remember? Ethan frowned, trying to recall. Sarah smiled and began her story. If you don't remember, I'll tell you. I was the girl you saved from bullies at the park. I was crying because 3 girls were teasing me for not having a father. I thought it was my fault he left me. They kept bullying me until you showed up. My knight in shining armor. Ethan's memory flashed back. Hey, what are you doing? Don't bully my friend or you'll deal with me, young Ethan had said, holding a water gun but not firing it. The bullies ran off. Sarah was still crying, head down. Ethan patted her back, and she sobbed harder, hugging him. They're so mean. Why do they have to bully me? It's not my fault I don't have a dad, she'd said. Shh, don't cry. From now on, I'll always protect you from bullies. I promise, Ethan had said, wiping her tears with his thumb. That's when Sarah first liked him, a puppy crush that grew into love. But they were separated when Ethan's family moved to New York City. So, you're Sophie, my childhood friend? Ethan said. Sarah nodded. Yes, I heard you were getting married back then. It hurt so much, but I let it go because you were happy. I never expected your fiancé to pass away. I was heartbroken for you, she said. Then she revealed she'd been sending him letters for years, giving him inspiration. Ethan's heart pounded. She was the one who'd kept him going. He'd thought he'd never meet her. But it still wasn't enough to justify her actions. That doesn't make stealing my sperm right, he said. You're right. But what else could I do? That's why we're here. I want you to meet our kids. They want to know you. I've been your stalker, telling them about your life as they grew up, minus the women you dated, Sarah said, a hint of jealousy in her voice. She thanked James for keeping other women away from Ethan. What? For 6 years, that's all you can say? Ethan asked, incredulous. What do you want me to do? Yes, I wronged you. That's why I'm apologizing. I did it because I love you, Sarah said. My mind's exploding, knowing I've had kids for 6 years without knowing. How could you? Let's get married then. You want me to be with my kids? Marry me, Sarah said suddenly. What did you say? Ethan asked. Marry me, Ethan. If you're not ready and don't feel anything for me, I'll do everything to make you love me, she said desperately. Ethan had admired young Sophie. If their paths hadn't diverged, she might have been the one he loved. But timing hadn't been on their side. Seeing her courage, his heart raced. He'd never met a woman as brave, waiting so long for her first love. I want my children, Sarah. If marriage is the price to be with them, I'll consider it. You're wooing me, right? He said with a playful smile. Sarah's heart skipped at his grin. Really? You'll marry me? If I get you to say yes, I'll warm your bed, he teased. Bed warmer? Marry me first. What do you take me for, an easy girl? I'm telling you, I like you, but don't treat me like I'm cheap. I've loved you since we were kids, Sarah said fiercely. You're only thinking about that now after stealing my sperm? I won't agree to you being my mistress. Marry me, love me, then we'll talk, she said. You don't want to be my bed warmer? Fine, be my maid then. No buts, Sarah, Ethan said playfully. Sarah pouted. What, are you crazy? Me, your maid? If I agree, will you forgive me? She asked hopefully, seeing a chance to win him over. Let's see how you woo me while being my maid, Ethan said lightly. It's unfair. You're making me your servant and expecting me to court you, Sarah said. Don't you love me? Why back out now? Ethan teased. Sarah had no choice but to agree, though she wouldn't let him walk all over her. I want to see my sons, Ethan said seriously. Sure, I know you're excited to meet them, Sarah said, smiling. I need to explain my reaction earlier. I'm sorry for getting mad. Thank you for raising our kids. I know it wasn't easy, but you did it. I'm proud of you, Sarah, Ethan said sincerely. Sarah smiled, thinking it wouldn't be hard to talk to him. In his mind, Ethan scolded himself. What's wrong with you, Ethan? Why make her your maid and court you? Why not admit that since you learned she's Sophie, your childhood friend, your heart's beating again? You want her, and you want to be with her. He shook his head. They went to the triplets, who held hands for strength when they saw their dad. Daddy, are you mad? Liam asked. Is it because we're naughty sometimes? Lucas added. Or maybe you don't love Mommy, so you don't love us, Noah said. Maybe you have another family, Liam said sadly. As if I'd let your daddy have another family, Sarah muttered. Ethan's heart softened. He knelt to their level. Hi, sons. I'm sorry for how I acted earlier. Daddy was just shocked. Who'd have thought I'd have not one but 3 kids who look like me? I'm not mad. I want you as my kids, even if you're naughty sometimes. I love your mummy, so I love you. You're my only family. Can you forgive Daddy for earlier? He said gently. You love all 4 of us, including Mommy? Liam asked, pouting. Of course I love all 4 of you, Ethan said, smiling. Sarah's heart leaped at his words. You don't know us yet, right? Let us introduce ourselves, Noah said happily. Ethan grinned at their energy. Of course I want my kids to introduce themselves. You know me, but I don't know you, he said. Hi, Daddy. I'm Liam, the cutest, Liam said, sparking protests from his brothers. Hello, Daddy. I'm Noah, the kindest and smartest, Noah said, causing more noise. Daddy, don't listen to them. They're lying. I'm Lucas, the handsomest and most talented, Lucas said, prompting more sibling banter. Ethan and Sarah laughed. She did a great job, Ethan thought, admiring Sarah. Thank you for raising them well, he said sincerely. It's nothing. I love our kids, Sarah said, her face glowing. She doesn't seem hard to love, Ethan thought. Exhausted from playing, the triplets fell asleep in Ethan's car with their nannies. Sarah sat beside him. Do you and the kids live alone in the condo? He asked. Yes, just us. We just arrived from California 2 days ago, she said. Can you all move into my house? I want to spend more time with our kids, Ethan asked. Just marry me then. What's stopping you? I want to marry a woman I'm sure I love, he said seriously. Sarah fell silent, a bit hurt, but appreciating his honesty. He's just being truthful. Even with kids, he's not sure he loves me, she thought, determined to make him fall for her. Ethan saw her hesitation. Just be yourself. Maybe one day I'll hit my head and realise I love you, he teased. Want me to knock your head now? It might work faster, Sarah said, smirking. Ethan chuckled at her annoyed expression. If you knock my head, I might get amnesia and forget you and our kids. Then I'd love another woman. What then? He teased. Wow, you're a scriptwriter now. Why not apply for Hollywood? Sarah said, raising an eyebrow. Just kidding. But who knows what will happen, especially since we'll live together, getting to know each other while you care for our kids, he said. Fine, I'll consider your offer to live in your house. Even though I love you, I don't want to be your puppet. Wait for my decision, Sarah said firmly. Ethan nodded, agreeing. I hope you don't take too long, he added. We'll see, Sarah said, shrugging. They reached the condo quickly. Ethan helped carry the sleeping kids to bed. Sarah kissed them goodnight before leaving the room. Ethan, are you leaving? The kids are asleep, she said, finding him on the sofa. She dismissed the nannies for the night. I have a request, Ethan said hesitantly. What? Hurry, I'm sleepy, Sarah said impatiently. Can I kiss you? He asked shyly. Sarah stared, stunned. Why kiss me? Didn't you say you don't like me? She asked, confused. I just want to taste your lips. Maybe it'll make me realize something. Or spark feelings, he said, scratching his head. Sarah cut him off with a gentle kiss, lingering for seconds. Ethan froze, shocked, his heart racing. Her kiss was powerful. Even at home, he couldn't stop thinking about it. The next morning, Ethan and James sat at the breakfast table. Dad, I have news. You'll be shocked, Ethan said happily. James raised an eyebrow, noting his son's joy. What's the news? He asked. You won't believe this, Dad. I have triplets. I met them yesterday. Guess how it happened, Ethan said. James listened quietly, feeling guilty for keeping secrets. Son, I need to tell you something, he said seriously. What, Dad? Ethan asked. I know about your kids and how they were conceived. I planned it all. Sarah's not to blame. She just loved you. I knew you were her childhood friend, and she's loved you for years, so I chose her. Please forgive her. She waited because I asked her to. I wanted you to move on from your fiancé before meeting her again. Give her a chance to show her love, especially with your triplets, James confessed. Ethan was stunned. The puzzle pieces fell into place. His father knew his plan and made one with Sarah. Son, James called. Ethan exhaled sharply. I don't know how to react, Dad. But seeing my kids, I can let it go. I know Sarah's not hard to love, he said, pausing. You're not mad? James asked. Do you want me to be? Ethan replied. Of course not. I didn't expect you to accept it so quickly. Sarah told me everything, James said. Dad, I want to give my sons a happy family. I'm building a house perfect for us. I just need more rooms for the triplets, Ethan said. I'm relieved it worked out. I'm happy for you, son. You found your true lifelong home, James said, smiling. Thanks, Dad. Without your meddling, I wouldn't have a family now, Ethan said, grinning. I did what I thought was right. Sarah's a good woman. I had her investigated. She's loved you since you were kids. She deserves this. Take care of her, James said. After clearing the air, Ethan left to see his family. Sarah and the kids moved into Ethan's large house in upstate New York. I added rooms for the kids. For now, 2 share one, Ethan said. You didn't have to. They can't sleep apart, Sarah said. Really? When they're older, they'll have separate rooms. I'll build a big room with a bed for all 3, Ethan said. Don't bother. They're fine with a regular room, Sarah said. I won't settle for less, Sarah. They're my kids, and their living situation must be perfect. And I want yours to be too, he said, making Sarah pause. What? Did I hear that right? You want my living situation to be perfect? She stammered. Of course! You're their mother. Wait, I didn't reject your proposal. I said woo me, he teased. You're making me court you? The nerve, Sarah said. You suggested it. Why so mad? Ethan asked, chuckling. Fine, you win. You're already bossing me around, and I'm not even settled, Sarah said, pouting. I haven't done anything yet, Ethan said, smiling and putting an arm around her. Don't worry. I won't make it hard, he whispered. Sarah felt warmth envelop her, smiling, knowing Ethan was close to being hers. For a month, Ethan's family lived with him, and he grew to love them deeply. Their presence and Sarah's playful nature made him happy daily. Even as kids, he'd found her unique, as Nathan had said. Now in the kitchen, Sarah sang and danced while cooking breakfast, always hands-on with their family. Over time, Ethan confirmed his feelings for her, never faded. He'd admired her as kids, but his love shifted to his fiancée. Now, it felt like their childhood spark was reigniting. Good morning, Ethan said, hugging her from behind. Sarah smiled as his arms wrapped around her waist. Good morning. Sit. Breakfast is almost ready, she said. Where are the kids? He asked, still close. Upstairs, probably. Call them. I'll make their pancakes and hot chocolate, she said. Okay, babe. Make it delicious. I want food I'll never forget, Ethan said, grinning. You're calling me babe and flirting, but you haven't even said yes, she teased. What if I say I'm saying yes? He said playfully. Sarah dropped her spatula, staring into his eyes. Seriously, no jokes, she said, stunned. I'm sure about you, Sarah. You're the bravest woman I know, doing anything for the one you love, waiting so long. I know I won't find anyone like you. And, Sarah, I think I love you too, Ethan said emotionally. Sarah teared up, hugging and kissing him, her heart full. Mommy, Daddy, did we see you kissing? Liam asked, entering the kitchen. They pulled apart, Sarah shyly facing their kids, who looked up at them. Ethan cleared his throat. Kids, your mommy and I are in love. We're going to be a big, happy family, he said, smiling. The boys' faces lit up. Really, Daddy? Yay, we're a happy family, they shouted, jumping. Group hug, Lucas yelled. Of course, group hug, Ethan said, pulling Sarah into their family embrace. Ethan looked at Sarah with love, and she returned a sweet smile. 2 months later, Sarah prepared for her wedding to Ethan. When he proposed, she didn't hesitate to say yes. It was her lifelong dream to be with Ethan Wilson, the man who drove her wild and whom she loved deeply. She nearly cried seeing him near the altar. Ethan had planned a grand wedding in a historic New York cathedral. Sarah walked slowly after the kids and bridesmaids. They faced each other at the altar with the priest. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to witness the union of Ethan Wilson and Sarah Miller. Any objections? Speak now, or forever hold your peace, the priest said. Sarah felt a flicker of fear that someone might object, but no one did. Since there are no objections, we'll proceed with the marriage of Ethan and Sarah. Ethan Wilson, do you take Sarah Miller as your wife for life? The priest asked. Ethan looked at Sarah. Yes, Father, I do, with all my heart, he said lovingly. Sarah smiled, wanting to kiss him. Sarah Miller, do you take Ethan Wilson as your husband for life? The priest asked. Absolutely, Father, Sarah said, grinning. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride, the priest said, smiling. Ethan kissed Sarah passionately. She cried with joy, thinking Ethan was only a dream. But now, they were truly married. Thunderous applause separated the newlyweds. Long live the new couple, James shouted. The crowd cheered for their union. Time flew. Days became weeks, months, then 2 years. The triplets grew, and Ethan loved Sarah and their kids more each day. Now their family was growing again. Babe, come here quick, Sarah shouted. Ethan, just waking, rushed to her on the sofa, nearly tripping. What's wrong? Are you hurt? Hungry? He asked frantically. Sarah grinned. I'm fine, not hungry. I called you because our little princess is moving, she said softly. Ethan sighed in relief, kneeling to see her swollen belly. He caressed it gently. My princess, be good. Don't trouble your mummy. I love her, you and your brothers, he said, kissing her belly. I love you too, babe. Thanks for loving me, Sarah said, smiling. Ethan hugged her tightly. They were blissfully happy, still deeply in love after 2 years. When Sarah gave birth to their daughter, Ethan was overly protective, barely letting her move. Entering their home, Sarah was surprised by confetti and a loud welcome. Welcome home, Mommy and baby Emma, the triplets and guests shouted. Sarah smiled, overjoyed, hugging her kids tightly and kissing them. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, my triplets. I love you always, she said emotionally. We love you too, Mommy, and our baby princess, Liam said. We'll be your soldiers. You and our princess, Lucas said. Yes, we'll protect you and baby Emma from bad guys and beat them up, Noah said bravely. Their kids were fiercely protective. Alone in their room, Ethan hugged Sarah tightly. I love you so much, babe. I can't live without you and our kids, he said passionately. I love you too, Ethan. From then until now, and probably until we're old, you're the one I'll always love, Sarah said. Their lips met in a kiss full of love. Sometimes we love so much we don't see the flaws in our choices. Moving on from someone you deeply love is hard, but God has a plan. He knows all, and we just need to trust Him. And so ends the unique love story of Sarah and Ethan. Thank you so much to everyone who tirelessly follows us, and a shout out to our supporters. And God bless everyone. Thank you for watching this touching story. Drop me a comment in the comment section below. I am Mr. Carter, your narrator and bestie. I love you so much, and until we meet again, take care.